this fight had so many implications going into it, and a lot of implications coming out of it. But credit to Tony Ferguson. People think he might have been off. It did look like that a little bit. But most, if not all, the credit should be going to just how damn good Justin Gaethje was last night and is currently. That man is an animal, and Khabib should be worried.
Yeah, he is just an absolute beast. I mean, off the top of my head, there were probably like close to 10, I'd say, fight-ending shots.
Yes.
Especially for a guy that hits as hard as Justin Gaethje that I've seen Tony absorb.
If it wasn't Tony in this fight, it would have been a knockout in the first round, without a doubt.
Yeah, some dude would have got like knocked out 8 times in a fight like that.
It's
man.
like something you see in UFC too.
The craziest thing is how many times did Tony get dropped?
Once, twice.
0.
He didn't get. That's crazy. No, it was just that stoppage. It was just that. It was just
the stoppage, dude.
It was just.
And he just winced, and then that was enough. That was when okay.
It was when he shook his head, and then
yeah.
What did you think about the stoppage? I thought it was a totally fine stoppage. I had nothing wrong against it.
Tony will hate me for saying that I was okay with it, but I was okay with it. I thought that he had taken enough. I mean, what else was he gonna do? There was like a minute and a half left in the fight, maybe.
It was a minute 20 seconds left. He was done.
Yeah, his best shot was in the second round when he landed that flush uppercut. Yeah. Jesus, that was beautiful.
Actually, that rocked Justin too. It was.
Yeah, and let's talk about that round. If that round's 10, 15, 20 more seconds,
who knows?
Maybe a different outcome. Maybe a different outcome.
Who knows? Obviously Tony would want to go out the way that Tony would, and he wanted to be finished.
He wanted to go out on a shield,
which is. I can't fault him for thinking that way. That's just Tony Ferguson. But
that's why the referees are there, right?
Right.
To protect the fighters from themselves. So that's, again, I think that he did a pretty good job.
You cannot fault Herb Dean for that stoppage because, if anything, he let it go on a little bit too. He could have stopped it earlier. That's what Dana was saying as well.
Yeah,
exactly.
Dana was like, "You could have stopped it earlier, bro. I don't care."
Justin Gaethje with the perfect fight. He was talking about how he wanted to go for the legs, then the body, then the head. He did all those perfectly. He took away Tony's legs. Then he hit him in the face. He already could hardly stand. We saw him limping in a few occasions in there. Then he hits him with these massive shots in the head, so he's not there in the head, wobbly and stuff like that. You can't fight when you have no legs.
He did good body shots, too.
Yes.
He did really good body shots.
Justin was really balanced with the shots.
And mixed some kicks in there as well that looked really good.
The high kick?
Yeah,
Justin Gaethje with the high
I didn't
kick?
even know he had that.
Did you see?
I didn't know he had that in his arsenal.
Did you see like a little video? I think UFC posted on their Twitter account after with Justin Gaethje walking back to his locker room after or with his team after all the interviews. He was talking about like he went with the high kick, got the new move. Even he was surprised with himself.
Yeah, I loved it. That was sick.
I love Justin. It's like a person and it's like a personality.
He's a Raider fan. What? Huh?
Yep. I don't have to respect.
Raider fan? What?
I don't have to respect every part of a fighter, but most of them. Justin Gaethje is one hell of a guy, and this was an absolutely. This fight was really as close as you can get to a perfect fight for Justin Gaethje, and man.
Yeah, except for round 2 at the very last 10 seconds. Yep.
Like 99% of that fight. I can't really see much more Justin doing. I don't see him being able to do much more to end the fight because Ferguson is just not going down. He's not human.
Dude,
he's not human.
That was so crazy. I just don't get how he did not even get dropped. I'm sure the people I was watching it with were probably getting so sick and tired of me. They're like, dude, probably just stop screaming already. You know, it's okay. But I couldn't help it. I mean, the shots that he took, and with there being no crowd noise,
it was so loud.
That was so brutal. That was so brutal.
So bad. It sounded.
And you heard he fractured his orbital, right?
Yeah.
Tony did.
Yeah, Tony did.
He's out for several months, I would say.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Tony doesn't want that, but man, he went undefeated for 8 years. He was on 12-0 run. Give him some time off.
Yeah.
He deserves it, and Tony is amazing. The funny thing was when me and Jalen were live streaming our streams, I was about 15 seconds, like 30 seconds ahead of him. So like during that fight, I had to mute myself in the Skype call just so my kind of screams didn't kind of tip anything off because it was nonstop. It was nonstop in that fight, man. Because Gaethje was just landing these massive shots that made me cringe, and moan and stuff like that, man. It was gnarly. Without a doubt, he deserves that Fight of the Night Performance of the Night bonus. You saw him before the official decision was announced. He gained some words in with Dana, kind of politicking a little bit, trying to make sure he gets that extra 50K, which he was going to get anyway. But man, I love it. Also, I loved at the end when he just kind of tossed away the interim belt, saying that he'll wear the real thing.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. But you know what else is pretty sweet? And I hate to bring it up.
What?
Twitter. And what certain people tweet.
What Habib was tweeting or what Conor was tweeting today?
What Conor was tweeting.
Conor, bro. He went off today.
Dude, he was he had the time today, man. I don't know what he was doing.
I think he's been stewing on this since Saturday night and it just came through today. Conor,
I would love to see a triple threat match with Habib, Justin, and Conor.
Just make a four-way throw with Dustin Poirier because even Conor was going after Poirier in his Twitter outbreak too.
Poor Dustin, dude.
What Dustin
He's like,
do,
your face
bro?
will end up on the mat again. Like, oh my
god,
god.
Dustin hasn't done anything ever since his solid fight with Habib months ago in November. September.
No, Dustin's been talking trash on social media as well.
Yeah.
He's been, but not really about Conor too much, I don't think. I'm sure here and there, obviously, because he hates
Dustin,
him.
What Dustin do to Conor?
But he's been taking shots at Justin and Tony. He's literally saying, like, I'm better than both those guys, blah, 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 blah.
Well, what do you think about now we go into Justin defending or title unification bout in thinking Habib said he was ready and he's going to be ready by July. Realistically, he probably had to give Justin some time off, maybe August. August seems like a totally realistic time that we could book this title unification bout between the two. And then another fight we can do with the lightweights while maybe on the same card or while we're waiting is we do Poirier and Ferguson. Put them together.
Ferguson, there's no way in hell he's going to be ready in a couple of months, dude.
Well, oh yeah, sorry, maybe not a time being then.
Literally,
sorry.
Ferguson
down
will
the
not
road.
be fighting until 2021.
I forgot. I had
guarantee
this.
you that.
You
and it won't be early 2021. It'll be probably mid 2021.
Damn. So
this isn't an ACL. This is like an orbital fracture in his face. Like, he should probably take it cool on this one and not try to be a hero.
Yeah, but you're putting a lot of faith into Tony Ferguson actually treating this seriously, and not just.
All I know is he will not be fighting in August. There's no way possible that the commission would allow that. Because remember, he has to get approved by the commission. He can want to fight.
Okay, maybe.
He has to be approved.
Maybe not have the fight soon, but would that be the next fight?
That is the fight to make, probably. I mean, I guess because
would
they're
Dustin
both
wait that
at
long?
This point. Huh?
Would Dustin wait that long to fight?
That's what I'm saying. Is you never know. I think the Hooker fight is probably going to be where Dustin would go.
That'd be a great one. There's a lot of stuff you can do in that lightweight division right now.
Yeah, it's stacked, man.
It's a great division.
Can't go wrong. Charles Oliveira too is getting himself up there as well.
Man, you can even throw Paul Felder still because he's not done.
He didn't retire.
Yeah, I don't believe that one either. He's same thing with.
But I think he kind of sees, like, dude, this division is so stacked.
He's probably not gonna be able to get back to the title.
I have to knock someone out in 3 seconds 2 times in a row to even get a look, and I'm a commentator too, so he probably knows it's and he's probably making decent money commentating too. So
I'm sure like going back down to Cruz out, he didn't need to come back to fight. He wanted to come back to fight.
Well, he said the whole time that was his golden ticket. Mm-hmm. Why would you not take that? A title fight against a dude that you've had a history with, probably already didn't like too much, thought you could beat too. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
There's so much that happened in this card. It was really unreal. I need to go back and just see if I could rewatch some of the stuff that went down. I'm having a hard time keeping
Unbelievable.
up with Twitter and all the stuff going on with the press conference and tweets, bro. It's a struggle, to be honest.
Right? I'm
It's
gonna
hard.
see if the buys are up yet.
Let's take that into consideration. But dude, top to bottom, I could not be more happier with how this card went. And man, it time flew by
Ooh.
watching this too. You got the number?
Let's see.
Let's see what we got here.
I
I'm
don't know if
really
the official
curious.
number has been released yet.
The one number I can give you for sure is that the gate for this fight
Zero.
was $0 and $0. That has been confirmed numerous times now, so you could take that to the bank. Except for I saw one guy in the crowd. I have no idea who he was, but there's one guy in the stands. Probably not a fan. Probably had some connection, but he gave some dude a high five. Well, I loved man, who was it? It was I'm mad that I can't name which fight it was, but after one of the fights, when they were walking back to the tunnel, this fighter had one of his cornermen get into the stands so he could high five someone in the stands. I thought that was great. The stuff they do to poke fun at the situation going on, I enjoyed every last bit of that.
So the only thing that I have right now in terms of information on the buys
Mm-hmm.
is just the pre-buys. It says as of Thursday of last week, the pre-buys had doubled the buys, like the whole total buys, I believe,
Uh huh.
of UFC 244, 245, 247, and 248 in overseas locations like Canada and Australia. So nothing really on USA or anything like that yet. So
Well,
we'll have to wait probably a couple more days, I would assume.
but that points into a lot of directions saying that this card had a lot of buys.
Yeah, I bought it. So
Oh, you actually bought it. Congrats, Blake. Look at you being an upstanding model citizen and
hell
actually
yeah.
not committing theft.
Got it. I support the fighters that I like, and Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje. I support those guys.
I would support them, but I'm broke.
Well, yeah, I was splitting it with some people too,
Exactly.
though, so it
Nah.
wasn't just me spending $65.
Well, it's up to 65 now.
It's crazy. I thought I would get a $5 discount since I have ESPN Plus subscription, but I guess that's not a thing anymore. I don't know.